Hello everyone, my name is Clay. Welcome to Calem Enterprise Training. Today we're going to cover the work order scheduling. It's part of the work order module. The functional points we're going to cover include schedules, time off management, the work order weekly scheduling, the work order scheduling form, and dispatch boards. So let's get started. Schedule cycles are weekly or multi-week patterns of shifts. For instance, a work week with day shift, no weekends. So we see here for 1 week is from Monday through Friday. There's only day shift. For Saturday and Sunday, there's no shifts. So it's a typical work week. And the schedule cycles also allow you to define a 2-week or multi-week rotating shift cycle. For instance, you have a Monday through Tuesday on day shift, Wednesday, Thursday taking off, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on night shift for the next week, for the coming week, then the Monday, Tuesday off, Wednesday, Thursday on day shift again. So it's kind of a 2-week rotating schedule. Once schedule cycle is defined, you can then set start end date to make your schedules. For instance, we have this schedule start from the December 30th and start just to keep going on without a stopping point. Mostly it's the cycles with a start and end date, so that would be a schedule that you can then use to assign to your resources. For instance, here we begin to assign a schedule to a user or team or site. So you can assign a schedule we defined in previous slide to a user, to a team or site. And Calem generates user schedules based on the assignment here. So the generated schedules will look like this. So if you look at the user schedule screen, the list, it shows all the users for a day. For the days, for instance, on the 11th of May, you have 8 hours total, and the scheduled hours is 6. This is typically we leave about 2 hours or so as flexible hours to manage other things, and there are 6 hours on the schedule. You can change the default at the shift definition. For day shift, you can define total hours and schedule hours. And there are scheduled hours are just hours scheduled for work orders, and scheduled hours can also be adjusted by time off, vacation, or facility holidays, and you derive at the available hours here. The user schedule can also be viewed as a calendar. So it essentially shows you the availability equals scheduled minus time off minus work order scheduled. You can add holidays and vacation. So you can add either time off for site or time off for each user. So, and the availability again is scheduled minus time off minus work order scheduled. So for a site holiday, you can define start date, end date. For a site, you specify, and a note. You can, by default, it's PM blackout, indicates a PM will not be released during the site time off you define here. And you can also flag it to be information only, so do not count it in scheduling. And by default, it's going to be used for PM calendar generation. You can define a custom color for this time off period in the PM calendar. And the last 3 checkboxes allow you to specify for this start end time if you just for weekdays, or it includes Saturday and Sunday for shutdown. For user holiday vacation, you can just add one for each individual user, or you can use time block menu here to add multiple users for time off. And there's also this shutdown schedules that you can define for a site start and end time. This is for maintenance planning, and it's not integrated into scheduling availability. So once you have all the schedules, time off defined, we can move on to workout weekly schedule. Workout weekly scheduling allows you to narrow down user set to schedule. This is optional. You can narrow down by sites, narrow down by job roles, and you can just check off them to not include them. And you can, then the system will show you the weekly schedule. So you can see that you can change the week, you can set a week. Calem shows you total weekly scheduled hours and how many have been scheduled already. The lower list is the work orders that you can just drag drop into the weekly calendar for scheduling. On the left hand side are the users. We also show you the team here, so you can view the teams and schedule by team. And you can also go to the scheduling tab to view the details and for each work order. There's also the workout scheduling screen that you can just schedule by the list, and you can go to scheduling tab to schedule and view details. There's also a dispatch board. You can dispatch users. For the dispatch board, essentially on the left hand side are all the work orders that have not been scheduled yet. On the right hand side are the users. At the lower portion there's a site location list, so you can use to narrow down work orders to schedule. You can we have 3 dispatch boards. You can use the dispatch board to schedule directly to user, to team leader only, or to a certain team. So before we do the hands-on lab, let's take a look at the scheduling screen quickly. So let's look at the weekly schedule. So you can just launch the weekly schedule optionally to include all the sites, all the job roles. Then the system will show you the weekly schedule screen. So you can drag for a work order, you can click on it and look at the work order details. For instance, for this work order, here are the planned labor, here are scheduled labor. And there's also daily summary. If you double click, it shows in a screen for certain job role availability. And there's also each individual user availability having the job role as planned. And you can simply drag a work order to a calendar day for a user. And when you drag it, default hour is 1. You can simply save it to have the work order scheduled. If it's accidentally scheduled, you can simply drag and drop it to kind of unschedule a user. There's also a workout assignment report. You can take a look, and there's a workout planned list. You can take a look. So this is the weekly schedule form, and we also have the workout scheduling. You just schedule by a list. You click on it. You see the detailed list here. You can simply do schedule labor from here. For the dispatch board, you can dispatch to user, dispatch to team leader. You can also do multi-day schedule, so that you can schedule user for a month, for instance. Let's take a quick look at the dispatch to user. So you pick a workout start date, and you can just go to include all the sites, all the job roles, and it shows you the dispatch board. So, and this is the on the left hand side are the work orders, on the right hand side are users you can schedule. You can use the site to narrow down the work order list here, so to schedule only certain work orders. And you can do this again for user, team leader, and a team. So back to the hands-on lab. We'd like for you to create a schedule cycle of Monday through Friday work week. Create a schedule using the cycle. Add a user with EAM crew checked and status being active. Those users will be used by Calem to generate schedules. Assign the schedule to the user, and so the schedule for the user can be generated by Calem. Enter a time off for a site, say facility holiday. Enter a time off for the user, a vacation day. And use weekly scheduling form to drag a work order to a weekly calendar for assignment we just demoed, and view work order assignment report. Here's all the training for the scheduling module. Hopefully you can start to schedule all your users so you can view their availability and schedule work orders in a weekly basis. Contact us at CalemEAM if there are any questions. Thank you.